Hey folks, it's your boy Jperp here today, and today we're actually going to have a brand new video from DayZ. Yeah, that's right, DayZ. And instant COD Ghost or Call of Duty, I actually said DayZ. It's something I've actually wanted to try for a really long time. I'm a huge fan of Frankie on PC and Jack Frags and, you know, Rhino Crunch and all those guys on DayZ. You know, I play the game a lot. You know, it's really tended to been like my throwback game. I really haven't played it a whole lot lately, being in the fact that I have an absolutely garbage computer. Needless to say, as you guys can actually see in this footage, this is the best frames per second I can possibly get. So I'm going to kind of actually walk you guys through the day of DayZ I had. This is actually spanning over about 5 or 6 hours worth of gameplay. Solid gameplay, you know, from when I got off of work to when I went to bed at night. It's really cool, as you guys can hear what I think is DMR shots off of the feature. I'm actually near Castle Sub, because when I was playing on this server, I was actually playing with a couple of friends of mine, and I got geared up. I mean, just straight nasty geared. You know, I had a PKP, which is a light machine gun, with a scope on it, which is actually pretty cool because you can actually, in DayZ, a lot of you guys already know this, you can actually range your shot. So this isn't like Call of Duty where you just point and click and you get your shot on point. You actually have to range it, so you actually have to find out how far it is away. And there's a couple different ways to go about doing this. So you can either pull out your rangefinders, or you can do the whole shift click on the map and kind of do it, you know, do it like that. But the PKP actually has a rangefinder built into the scope itself, which is freaking phenomenal. It saves you so much time, and it's those seconds, you know, in gunfights that are really going to make a difference. So you can actually see here, I'm being very cautious, and for people that don't play DayZ, you might not get this. You die, that's it. You start over with nothing. You know, if you can make it back to your body, which can sometimes take up to 30 minutes, if you run into no trouble, you know, so you always play cautious. You run from cover to cover, you scan your horizons from your left to right, you always watch your stick, and you always watch your noon. So you just really, you know, it's for the people that play this game, you absolutely understand the why I play like this, and I tend to play a little more conservative. But for today's video, I really wanted to get some shots because I just figured out how to record video, and I always wanted to get this video going. So as you guys can see here, I'm actually pushing up in the Castle Sub right now. As you guys can notice, I'm always looking up because that's going to be the biggest vantage point for somebody shooting down. I mean, I never ever want to take my eye off the target until I know that this castle's clear. And my thinking right now, hearing those shots in the past, is that somebody's on top of this castle, just on top of this castle, just taking people out. So I'm pushing up. As you guys can see here, there's nobody up here, but I'm going to take this time to look at my surroundings. And one of the coolest things about DayZ that I personally like is if you look in towns like I'm doing right now, if you see zombies, somebody's there. Zombies are an absolute joke in DayZ, and that's really honestly not what the game about. It's a lot of people. It's about, you know, the PvP action and the survivability. So if you guys see zombies, that's going to be your #1 answer. Somebody's in that town. So I didn't see any zombies anywhere. I look over, I see another castle. I didn't see anything. This is actually DayZ Epoch for a lot of people that actually might know this. DayZ Epoch is actually where you can actually build bases. You know, in past DayZ, you really only had cars, then you had camps, and people raid your camps and be trolls and blow everything up. It's really just crappy and unfortunate. You know, it doesn't really work out very well. So in DayZ Epoch, you can make fortified bases, and some of the bases are just absolutely phenomenal. They're ridiculous. So as you guys can see here, I'm heading to Starry. Starry is actually going to be one of the places that's Trader City. Right in the center of the map. It's really easy to get to. It's actually not that hard. It's a really good place to get geared up. One of the things that I used to do a lot in Starry was actually flip gear, because on the 2 tents that you're actually about to see, good guns drop, because that's, in the past Shannara's DayZs, that was like one of the high value loot spawns for military loot. So I would just sit there all day and just flip loot and flip loot. You know, get money, get gold, buy better vehicles, stuff like this. You know, the PKP that I'm actually using right now, I did actually find off a heli spawn, which is pretty cool. I had two PKPs and a bunch of ammo for, you know, a different couple items, like a G36, something like that. So I definitely picked up the PK. I'm a sniper. That's what I enjoy doing. I've picked off couple people from extremely far away. I think my personal goal, my personal best, excuse me, is going to be about 836 meters. I wish I recorded it, but I didn't, unfortunately. I was on top of a mountain. Actually playing in Taviana, and I want to say I was in, what was that, Bylov or Boy, or one of those towns down the South Island. I really wasn't sure, maybe Belota. And I was on top of the mountain, and I was shooting down at the hospital, and I actually picked them off after about 8 or 9 shots, unfortunately. But I mean, 836 meters on a DMR That's crazy. That's way past the bottom milli dot. So it was a really cool shot. I was really pumped. I like the snipe, so that's what I like to do. And that's why I picked up this PKP, because I had the scope on it. Because if you put a sniper in my hands, I'm just straight beast nasty. So that's what I enjoyed. As you guys can see here, this is the actual trader city itself. Those are the tents I was talking about. Somebody was actually already here loot spawning, so I really wasn't going to sit here and screw around. I really wanted to get this footage. You know, this is going to be my last day. I was going to play DayZ for a while. You know, I wasn't going to be this geared up for a while. So I just took advantage of it. I finally figured out how to record. That's the trader itself. I was going to sell the weapon, but like I said at the low, you know, there's somebody near me or something like that, some BS or whatever about this server I don't like too much. So my goal was, I'm going to head up to Northwest Airfield, right? And I'm thinking, man, that's like, I don't know, 15-20 minute walk. I don't feel like doing that. So I pick up a bike from this fool, right? Real cheap stuff. You know, and the benefit of using bikes is they're quiet and they're fast. You know, I don't need a vehicle to store weapons in, because I'm planning on dying, if not, you know, just logging out with my gear if I don't get any good kills. So I pick up the bike, I start hauling ass out of the field, and then, unbeknownst to me, you know, there was this guy that was actually sitting inside the trader camp, and he saw me, and realized that how much money I had on me, you know, with the PKP and the large gun bag, which was the biggest gun bag in the game, and all of the gear and everything I had, I was just stacked. And I really didn't want to lose any of that stuff, you know, by having a car and it being extremely loud. So I figured, hey, a bike might be the best. But actually, what you can just see, it just like disappears. So I'm just like, what the fuck? All right, maybe it's a DayZ glitch, because DayZ be glitching. So I figured, oh well, it's not really that much, like 12 silver or something stupid like that. So I went up, I bought another bike. This dude is selling my bike as I'm riding away. This D-bag, all right? So I'm pissed. I didn't realize it until like almost an hour and a half later when somebody told me what was happening. So you can see right here, I get out of the trader zone and it just goes away. So I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm just gonna get away from this place. I know there's a base really close to here. By a couple of the WD guys that are on this server that are a bunch of fucking tools. So I just wanted to get away from this place. This is a very campy place because it's a safe zone. So as soon as you leave that little safe zone bubble, people just and kill you. It's stupid. So I just wanted to get the fuck out. So I'm hauling ass up the Northwest Airfield. I got my marker on my map. I'm ready to roll. I got my music playing. I'm chilling. I'm just running through the hills. And this is the part that I'm actually a lot nervous about, because in DayZ, I like to run in cover. I don't like to run in the middle of these fields. So you can see right here, I'm just going to book it. I'm not checking my six. I'm not running around bushes. I'm just going to run this tree line and get to Northwest Airfield as fast as I possibly can. The cool thing about Starry, it's pretty close to Northwest Airfield. It's about 1,000 clicks away. So it's really close. It's actually not that far. Actually, excuse me, 1 click away, not 1,000 clicks, that'd be 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters away. So I get really close. I can start to see, you know, some of the horizon in the airfield. Checking my left, checking my right, listening for gunshots for biggest things. I don't want to go into Northwest Airfield just waiting for a gun battle. You know, I want to shoot somebody and I want to get some really good footage, but I don't want to just walk in and just die like a nub. So like you see, I can see the airfield. I see there's a lot of things in there that I don't recognize, so it's a little bit different in every server. DayZ has the ability to customize what items are in which areas. So in this particular Northwest Airfield, they added an extra set of hangars, a large industrial, what you'll see in a couple minutes, you know, that big tower thing. Just a bunch of really high value loot spawns, which the benefit of that was that if you went to Northwest Airfield, you could bank big if you know how to do it. The downside that is, everybody wants to go there. So I hit this fence line. You know, my theory was I had a little hill off to my left right now, so at least I have the cover from, you know, who's sniping off the actual airstrip, and I wanted to cover from my right from who's on the fence. So I run at these trees. I'm on the south end of the the south end of the airstrip right now, in the middle of the woods, and there's a big industrial off to my left. I'm always checking my left and my right. Right now, I'm in the red zone. I am just sweating bullets. My pulse is going, and I'm on point. You know, I'm checking for zombies. Zombies is going to be my #1 thing. I want to see if there's any zombies around. No, I know within 300 meters, zombies are going to spawn off me. So I can usually tell which zombies are going to be off me. So I'm going to go ahead and check my map, see where I want to sit. You know, I want to post up and find me a really good place that I can, per se, camp, because I really want to get this shot. I'm in, like, bloodthirsty. You know, in this server a couple days ago, I actually had killed, like, 6 people within, like, a 5-minute span. And I actually was recording it, but there was absolutely no audio, unfortunately. And I'm just not going to play that footage for you guys because it just really sucks. And, you know, I was thinking about going back and dubbing in some of the gunshots and some of the ambient noises, but I really didn't feel like doing that. It's a really long, exaggerated time, and, you know, I figured it would look better for you guys if you guys can just tell that it looked better. So I'm looking over the high industrial area. I don't really see anybody. I don't see a whole lot of zombies spawning. I'm going to push up into these trees, so when I poke out of these trees, I'm going to be able to see the hangars. And the really cool thing about the hangars that a lot of people do is they, the hangars are all in a straight line like this, and people are just going to run from one to the next. So I'm now lined up perfectly with my shot. And that's really what I'm looking for, because in DayZ, you don't go crazy. You line your shots up. I see zombies. I know those are obviously mine because they're pretty close. I'm looking into the fire station right there. Just checking my surroundings. And I don't really see a whole lot of things. And I know there's going to be a server reset pretty soon. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of chill off for a second. I'm really not going to push, too much. I really want to stay concealed. I don't want to go, really far on the distance because my backpack might stick out or something like that. So I really want to stay concealed as much as possible because there's some really good snipers in this game. Unfortunately, with my computer, I can play on the absolute lowest graphics, so it's a benefit and it's a curse. It's a curse because I can't see things from far away. It's a benefit because they still pop up, but they're a little bit more blocky, so it's almost like a black dot effect. So I'm sitting here, I'm chilling, and this is going to be, honestly, guys, this is what DayZ for a lot of people is about. It's about being patient, waiting for your kill. If that's what you're trying to do, if that's you're trying to be a bandit, that's what you want to do. You want to wait for your kill. Okay, a lot of people, have that COD mentality to where it's just a meat grinder. You're gonna go in, you're just gonna go ham bone, and then 5 seconds later you're gonna spawn in with a full set of gear. It ain't like that in DayZ, and that's why this game is so much fun, because it's never had a game before got my heart beating like I want to get in a fight with somebody. This game is so intense. It's made me sweat before, and I've never ever experienced a game like this. This is why I enjoy it so much, and I really recommend anybody who does want to buy this game, buy it. There is going to be a standalone coming out pretty soon. Like they said for the past 8 years now, there's going to be a standalone coming out. Bohemia Interactive, I think, is the guys who are making it, just taking their dear ass sweet time. And then games like this, like Epoch, are going to come out. It's going to be so much better. Downside to DayZ, DayZ be glitching. It's not a real, published game. It's a mod. It's actually a mod of a mod with DayZ. So it's just really depending on what your game style is. I like games like this. This is a survivor game. Some people call it the running simulator. If you guys have never played this game before, if you guys do, you'll get that joke. I'm checking out the the ACT Tower, one of those names. Looking for people, just trying to find anybody that I can, because I want to get this clip. By this time it's probably about 7 o'clock at night. I like to go to bed around 10. Unfortunately, I'm an old man like that. For work in the morning, but I'm just looking around. There's a couple barracks over here to my left, like I'm aiming at right now. Those are very, very high value. Those are actually one of the highest values in the airbase right now, so those are always going to be one of my high value targets. One of the things I'm thinking of is, should I stay here? Elevated ground is always the best way to go, and I'm thinking the whole time, maybe I should go on top of that fire station. But the downside of it is, I thought of that, everybody else in the world thinks of that. So you gotta weigh your differences, 6.5 to 1/2 dozen the other, so you really gotta decide how you want to do it. This zombie walks up to me, I don't want anybody seeing aggro zombies, so I take out my silenced 9mm, I pop him in the head. As you can hear, the zombies or the flies are going off, and it's kind of frustrating. I don't want to hear that crap after a while. So I'm debating whether I should stay here in cover in a good spot, lined up to the hangars, or if I should go on top of that fire station. And I'm sitting here almost for probably about an hour, I would guess. A lot of this has been edited out because it's very dry, very stale. I'll pull up my 9 again just in case that zombie aggro's on me. As you can see, the server resets, so fresh server, fresh game. Everything's running a little bit nicer. I think I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna run to that fire station. I'm really not sure. Like I said, it's such a good spot. I really want to see that shotgun lineup. But look back behind me. I'm always checking my 6 to see if anybody's here. So it's just, I'm just very surprised that nobody's here at the airfield. This is crazy. Every time I've gone to this airfield, I've always gotten screwed because somebody's here with a bigger weapon. So as you can see, I get up, I run back behind the hangars. This is the way I go. Some people go in the front of the hangars because there's a lot of people that like to camp in the back of those woods. The thing about this airfield is there's a lot of places to camp, so I'm honestly bumfucked wherever I decide to go. I'm gonna go on top of this fire station because I like camping on top of the fire station. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I said camping. I wanted a shot. Suck it. There's some bumfuck car in here. I don't know who it was. And then I look at this, and I'm just like, yes! Fucking M24. I'm just like, balls. Hell yes. This is like the best sniper in the game. Can zero up, was it up to 1,200 meters, which is almost as far as you can see. I didn't even realize there was no ammo for the gun, but I was so excited for the gun, I was just like, yes. In this server, M24s seem to drop like infields. You know, so I was excited to have it because, you know, it's a lot better zoom than the PKP that I had that only zeroes up to 800 meters. But I didn't even realize I didn't have ammo, so I'm sitting on top of the thing. If you realize, there's a couple ledges that are actually missing. If anybody's actually played DayZ, you'll notice it. I'm assuming that's to prevent camping, so I just kind of poke up behind one of these little, I don't know, AC units, or however you want to call it, and I'm, you know, covering my front. That way I can kind of see what's happening. And up here, I'm going to be able to see what's happening. You know, I have almost full 360 view. There's, you know, up north of the airfield, there's a lot more things going up there that I have the ability of seeing. It's not as much, but, you know, I can at least see the entrance where everybody is going to be coming from the south. So, you know, there's guard barracks right in front of me. You know, I have the hangars off to my left and then the large industrial off to my farther left. As you guys can hear, there's a helicopter in the air, and this is actually one of the WD guys. So at this point, I'm like freaking the hell out because I'm on top of this, you know, fire station. I'm just like, I'm screwed if I don't get cover. So I see the helicopter. It's a little bird, which is actually harmless because it has no weapons, but at any point somebody can just, you know, deploy and just bum rush me. And so I know who it is. They're heading up north. I'm not gonna bother them because I want to see somebody on foot. I don't really want to have the under advantage in this gunfight. You know, I say hi heli to see if I can get them to like turn around and investigate who saw them. Maybe because they know I'm under the airfield. You know, maybe they saw zombies. Maybe they just don't care. I don't really know. They didn't turn around, unfortunately. I really wanted them to because I wanted to kill them one more time. These WD guys, because we've had bad nature between the two of us. So they, you know, they went away. I stopped caring about them. You know, they never actually came back, which is a cool thing. They were going far north. I don't know. They had a base way the hell up there, which is, I don't like doing a lot because if you die, you're now like 12,000 meters away from your base, which is just frustrating. And then you have to run all the way back, find a car, blah, 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 blah. It really sucks. So, you know, having a base closer to the spawn points, like closer to the water, is always a big benefit. As you guys can see right here down side chat, I'm like baiting people to come to this airfield. I am saying, hey guys, got PKP, got gun bag, got money, got everything. Come get me, please. You know, I didn't say I was recording because I didn't want anybody to be a little puss about it and get the feelings hurt. But I was really trying hard to get somebody to come to this airfield. I really wanted it. And as you guys can see right here, those zombies are because of me. So, and then I would start realizing those zombies are pretty far away, right? That's a little farther from me. You know, maybe those two that are right in front of the screen, a little bit further from my crosshairs, maybe. But that one a little bit further away, that thing is just far. So I'm thinking, all right, it's on. Somebody's here. Thank God. All right, and this has been this one guy on the side chat who's been talking, saying, oh yeah, whatever, no one cares. So the whole time I'm thinking he's just trolling me. Somebody's here. I'm ready to get this kill. My senses are heightened. Blood pressure is going. I'm ready. I'm always checking behind me. Some people like to sit behind those things and look up on top of the thing. I'm laying down in cover. But as you can see, that ledge is gone. So all I have to do is just roll over a little bit to see who's inside that. And I'm thinking, somebody's going to want to shoot from cover, right? That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm shooting from cover. That's a smart thing to do. So I scope in. I'm trying to see who's inside this industrial. And it's a really hard find. You're really not going to be able to point people out. You know, on some of the levels, like you can see the top level, you can see through it. So you can kind of see silhouettes a little bit better. So I didn't see anybody. I'm just like, man, where is everybody at? I'm still baiting. I'm still trying to find people to come here. You know, I see zombies. So back in my mind, I'm like, okay, somebody's here. I'm not just envisioning this. Somebody's here. So at this point in time, I know they're in that direction because zombies are spawning very far away. And zombies don't just spawn next to you and then just run away. If they get so far away from you, they'll despawn. So it's a really good marker. So I'm thinking to myself, why don't I look where I looked? Right? Boom! There he is. And I see him. I say, is that his backpack? My graphics are really shitty, so I can barely tell. So I range it 800 something meters. It was 300, 400 something meters. I can't remember. So I see him, and I'm just like, oh man, this is my shot. So I line it up. I get it in range. I'm ready to roll. I got my gun ready, so I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to fuck this up. So I'm going to get a little bit closer to this edge. And I want to get him. I want to get that first shot because if I hit him and he runs, it's going to be really hard to hit. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my shot. Here we go. Boom! Headshot! Yes! Give me that kill, son! Give me that, son! That's what I'm talking about. I was just, oh my god, I was unbelievably excited. I loved it. I said, you know, thanks for the dude. I wasn't gonna be a dickhead to him, so I said I appreciate what he did. You know, he wasn't gonna be. He actually wasn't a dick in return. Thankfully, you know, 'cause some people can be like, oh, you cheated, blah 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 blah. Now, whatever. It was really really cool. I got my gun. I got my kill. I was really excited about this. So then I'm thinking, all right, shots fired. People can hear me. So I'm thinking I'm gonna look up, you know, northern of the airfield, where, you know, a little bit further away. And I start to see some more zombies. So I'm thinking, alright, zombies over here. Maybe I can find some more kills. Those zombies that you hear right now are actually below me because I took shots. So they're thinking, you know, there's somebody here. So they're trying to hunt me down. They really are stupid, so they're not going to find me. And unfortunately, I do die. And you guys can actually see this in a couple seconds. Boom, there we go. I died. You know, the guy, and I cut out about a good 15 minutes of this footage. So I died, unfortunately. The guy actually came back, got his body, and it shot me. So, you know, grats to him. He figured out where I was. I was standing up, so that way I can see over that ledge, but I died, unfortunately. But, you know, that's my story. That's my first DayZ story, maybe my last. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys liked the video, slap that like button like it owes you money. Hit subscribe if you guys want to see some more. Peace out. Bye.